Hi guys, and welcome back to Blues Focus TV, and today it's a tough one. I'm going to be previewing our upcoming home fixture against Watford tonight, Tuesday night, so it's our first set of midweek fixtures as well. It's going to be an interesting game. Obviously Watford being from the Premier League, they got relegated, they've got a stacked squad for this league, and they've got off to a good start. So it's going to be a really tough test, but it can also give us an indication as to where we currently are. So it's always good to have games like this to really test the team and see if they crumble under the pressure or whether they can all pull together and be a great defensive unit and get some out of the game. Now it's going to be difficult, but I'm going to give my analysis on it as best as I can, and I'm hoping that we can come out with something from the game. Again, a tough ask. But before we get into it, just make sure to drop a like on this video and hit subscribe if you're new to Blues Focus TV for all your up-to-date Blues content. And head over to my channel as well if you're interested in just football, Premier League, Championship, whatever it be, because I've got some stuff over there as well that you might be interested in. And without further ado, let's start off with the opposition. And Watford have started off with three very tough fixtures: Sheffield United, West Brom, Burnley. That's about as hard as it's going to get in this division. And, they've came out with 2 wins and a draw. So brilliant so far. One thing I have noticed is over their last 2 games against West Brom and Burnley, they haven't created much. They've been the worst side for both of those games. They've been outplayed in the midfield especially, but they've managed to get the results, which, when you don't perform well and you win or draw, that's the sign of a good team. Now, one thing I am kind of thinking is this could be a good time to play them because it's coming to the end of the transfer window. They have already lost Emmanuel Dennis. He went to Nottingham Forest. So, he's not going to be there, which is a big bonus for us. And also, their other players are linked with moves away. Ismaila Sarr and João Pedro both linked with moves away. And I think by the end of the transfer window, one of those two will have left, which can mean that they aren't as fully focused as they would be if it was outside the transfer window, because they wouldn't be linked with a move away. So there's that's going for us as well. But again, they've got a lot of quality in this side, so it's going to be tough to stop them. Now, the left-back, Hassan Kamara, did get sent off in his last game, so he will be missing. Again, positive for us. But they still have a lot of quality, so there'll be someone there to replace them, and it's just whether we can catch them at a good time when they're not fully focused because of players leaving. Now, another thing I've noticed from their past few games is that they aren't scoring many goals. They're not creating much. Again, in that game against West Brom, I'm pretty sure their only shot on target was that goal that Ismaila Sarr scored from inside his own half. What a goal it was, but that's not going to happen every game. So they need to start getting their creative gears flowing. And I don't know if it's just because of the teams that they've already played or that they are struggling a bit with creating chances, and it's just that they're very clinical. Now, to score 3 goals in 3 games and come away with 7 points is a testament to, 1, how clinical they are, and 2, how good they are defensively, because they've only conceded the 1 goal against West Brom. So they're hard to score against, which, again, is the sign of a good team. You look at a team like Bristol City, they score a lot of goals, but they can't defend, which means they are on 1 point. I believe that they are somewhere down there anyway. I don't think they've won a game yet because of the issues that they have defensively. But Watford, brilliant defensively. Don't score too many either so far, but that could all show tonight, depending on, whether we're good enough to put up a fight. Now that's it for the opposition. Let's get on to the Blues. And Blues have got off to a good start this season. Huddersfield and Luton, two teams in the playoffs last season, took 4 points from them in our first two games. That's good. One thing that was a bit worrying is our performance against Cardiff. We weren't at it, we didn't create anything, we were poor defensively, especially the wing-backs I found. They were getting in behind Maxim Collin mainly, very easily. It's like he just kept falling asleep, and it was one of the worst games I've seen him play for us. So hopefully, he can put that behind him. But that was a bit of a concern. Now, this is going to go one of two ways. I think if we perform how we performed against Cardiff, we will lose this pretty heavily because we were awful defensively. But if we perform how we performed in our only home game so far this season, the win against Huddersfield, then I think we've got a chance of making it a tight game. I mean, it could be tight and we lose it, but I wouldn't mind, if we lose this 1-0 and we put in a good performance, create plenty of chances, then there's a lot of positives to take from that because Watford are a tough side. So it's going to be difficult. Injury news, as far as I'm concerned, Bierlich, Gordon, both not back. Gardner in training, but might not be in. So I'm expecting Chang to still start. And the same lineup again, to be honest. Now, John Ruddy stopped it from being a pretty high score against Cardiff. He had a good performance. So again, this Watford side haven't been creating too much, but if Ruddy stays as he was there and we play how we did against Huddersfield, there's a chance here of getting something, especially if we can create one chance and take it, like what Watford have been doing against the teams they've been playing. Then there's every shout that we could get something here. Now, Ryan Woods won't be featuring in this game, I'd imagine, because it looks like a move to Hull is pretty much done. It's a shame because I think although he struggled last season, he did start well this season. He was the one that was the ball-playing midfielder, while James and Bakuna would get a bit more forward, there'd be a bit more box-to-box. So it's a shame to see Woods leave because he was that player that could pick out a pass. With him going and bringing a young kid in like Chang, he has performed well from what I've seen, but he hasn't got that experience. He's bound to make a mistake. But again, I'm all for giving the youth a chance. So it's going to be interesting to see how he gets on and if he continues to get starts. Now that's it for Blues. Let's get in to the head-to-head. And in the head-to-head, our last 8 fixtures, we've won 1, lost 7. So Watford absolutely dominate us every time they play us. The last time we played them was in the 20-21 season. We lost 1-0 and 3-0 there. And before that, it was 2015. So there has been a big gap. We haven't played them much. That's 2 games over the last, 6-7 seasons. So not much to go on head-to-head, of recent history. But still, they do seem to always get the upper hand on us. I am going to be very stupid because my head is saying we'll lose this quite easily. I think a 2-0, something like that. But I'm going to go purely with my heart. And the reasoning is there's a narrative here. Troy Deeney playing against Watford, the team that he spent most of his career with his boyhood club Birmingham in the first game for them. So this to me, Deeney's first game against Watford in his boyhood colours, I've just got that feeling, and I know it's a stupid thing to do, but I'm going with my heart. I'm hoping that we can get something out of this. So I'm going to go Deeney to score and 1-1. So that's it for my analysis and my prediction. I know my prediction is based more on my heart than any logic, but I've just got a very weird feeling. And sometimes you've got to go with your gut, you've got to go with your heart. So I've done it. Probably makes no sense. And we'll probably end up losing about 4-0. Let me know what your predictions are down in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell too for all the latest Blues content. And head over to my channel, link in the description, JC Football. Plenty of football stuff over there, a bit of gaming as well for you to take a look at. And if you enjoy, subscribe over there as well. I've been James from Blues Focus TV, and up the Blues.